Hi everyone, I hope you're well. So I'm just kind of documenting at the moment all the little kind of recording sessions that I've got coming in. I figured, you know, as we're all in lockdown, it might be of use to some of you, especially for some of my students who, you know, maybe have had lessons for a while, or they might be beginners or intermediates, but maybe someone who hasn't yet played in a band or played with other musicians. These are kind of quite nice to see because you can hopefully start to hear how, you know, the sort of drum beats and fillings that we learn start to kind of make sense in a musical sense. So, you know, I've put the drum tracks on with me playing with the scratch track, which is kind of the initial kind of rough guide track to the song that I play along with. So hopefully you can kind of see what I'm playing and how that fits to the music. This is quite a different one. Last week I put one on which was more of a kind of like an 80s pop kind of vibe, whereas this one is kind of a more straight ahead garage punk kind of thing. So yeah, this is one of a set of 4 songs which should be probably going towards an EP, possibly an album. The first thing to go through, I guess, was I was sent these songs also with some programmed drums, which was kind of a rough idea of where he wanted the drums to be at, although, you know, there's always kind of wiggle room on this, so a couple of bits I changed and they've kind of worked out okay, I think. So I wanted to show you this as well. What I always do, the first thing, once I've kind of listened through the songs and got a rough idea, is just to kind of slightly map that out. Hopefully you can all read that. That's just kind of a rough idea of the structure of the song. I know that doesn't look like there's a lot of information on there, but there's enough there so I can kind of really follow through what's happening. So I did that and then did kind of a couple of rough playthroughs and rough takes and then kind of got it down. In terms of kit, I'm actually using pretty much the same as what I used again last week. I'll just come around here first of all. So this is my British Drum Company. This is a Legend series. Again, snare wise, I am using the Merlin snare drum. And then cymbals, I've got all Amedias. I've got the Comagene sandblasted. These are 14 hats. This is a 17 Comagene sandblasted Crash. And then we have the 19-inch, just standard Comagene. And then this is probably my favourite ride I've got. This is the Dervish series, which is in a 21-inch. And again, I've just got coated Emperor on my snare. And then I've got clear Emperors for my 2 toms. And then I use a coated PS3 for the kick drum. Last week as well on the snare drum, I did put that second Emperor head on the top. I'm not doing this week because I didn't need that kind of real fat sounding snare. So this is just standard Emperor with a couple of these new Remo, what are they called again? I've got the box here. Crown Control gels, which I've released over sort of a few weeks ago. So that again, that just kind of deadens some of the overtones. Yeah, in terms of mics and bits and bobs, again, I ran through that last week, so if you're interested, you can have a look at that. Anyway, yeah, so I will put the song on now, and yeah, I will catch you guys soon.